I'm the scat man. Yo, do, do, do. Skimmy, dimmy, ding, yo, do, do, do. Do, 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 ba, da, ba, da, ba, dee, ba, 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 do. Ba, 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 do. Wee, ba, 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 do.
Happy Wednesday, you beauties. Jingles, Coco, back here Wednesday, 10 a.m. NHL Puck Props presented by Bet99. Happy to have you back here, pal. Andy's been holding the fort. We've been digging into his catalog of soap opera material.
No way.
Yeah. Right off the bat, unscripted. Dumber or Step Brothers?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, Dumb and Dumber is my favorite movie of all time.
Dumb and Dumber is your favorite movie of all time?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know that. Look at
Step
us.
Brothers is right up there too. Like, I'm a big Step Brothers guy.
All right. So today in the chat, if you're not talking hockey, give me your best Dumb and Dumber quotes. My favorite right off the top without thinking, Samsonite. That was way off.
Way off. We landed on the moon.
Dumb and Dumber by a nose, says Bobby Newport. And I was talking to Carlo before we got going. I'm like, can we get some sleep here? It seems like it's 12 o'clock at night and there's still 2 hockey games to go. And I know the Gargoyles can stay up late, but I am enjoying the 7 o'clock game. I think my power rankings right now is the Montreal Tampa Bay series. I don't know where you stand. Pound for pound, is that the best series going on right now?
I think so. I mean, Buffalo and Boston are 1-1. I mean, Utah and Vegas are 1-1. That was Vegas's first loss in regulation under John Tortorella, so that's a big step for them. Minnesota, Dallas is kind of a heavyweight fight too. But there's been some good series. It's been good hockey. Yeah,
agreed. The Montreal series has been, I don't know. You're probably watching it on Sportsnet, right?
Why is there somewhere else I can watch it?
No, just, I mean, if you've been online, you've just seen people just absolutely shouting at the ESPN coverage.
Oh.
And what it is. Have you got a wind of that?
I have not. No, I have
what?
Not.
Oh, yeah. Lord. I'm on the ESPN coverage. Is
it too American?
No, it's just, I don't know. Buchigras is one of the favorite one-on-one, one of my favorite one-on-one speakers in hockey.
Mm-hmm.
He's missed some very big moments in the Martinook breakaway penalty shot thing, which was absolutely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday's game, it seemed lackluster. I don't know. If you have a chance, go out and look at it. There's a lot of people not happy. Did you know in that Martinook, there's a weird call. If Carolina scores in the empty net, in their own empty net in that situation, before the Martinook power play or penalty shot, he would still then get a chance on the penalty shot to tie the game in overtime.
I don't get it, man. To me, like, if you're going to review a play and turn back the clock, everything that happened in that time frame shouldn't count. Because you're basically saying the play shouldn't count because it should have been stopped. So why does everything count that's in between that? I don't know. Like, it's a weird rule. I know that they're saying, well, what if you get a guy who's just going around and slashing guys and burying them to the board? It's playoff hockey. Nobody knows that the play is going to be reviewed and be taken back for offside in the heat of the moment. Like, no one's taking someone's head off because they know there's a review coming. Like, to me, I just don't get it. Like, if you're going to call back the goal because a minute before it went in, it was offside, well, then everything that happened in that minute shouldn't count either. Don't you agree?
No, I agree. And I think it's just a crazy situation where you can come off offside dish and still draw a penalty shot. Like, you'll never see that again.
So basically what you're saying is if Carolina didn't score, you were calling a penalty shot?
Yeah, that's exactly what they were saying. Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Versus a penalty? I mean, how often do we see that where in overtime they're calling a penalty? People scream on breakaways when guys take penalties that they just call a penalty. I've always said if a guy's got a scoring chance and you take a penalty on the guy, well, clearly you've created an infraction. You've stopped the scoring chance, so he should get a penalty shot. But
No, I thought it was silly. I don't know. It sounds like it's the actual rules, and the rules analysts would be like, you can't do this. It literally makes no sense.
yeah.
Tampa Bay 3, Montreal 2, overtime series 1-1. Throw that up. I was talking yesterday. Arbor Jack guy's probably the last guy to ever want to run into. Terrifying. Terrifying human being. But what we've seen with Brandon Hagel, like to have the two best guys in the series throw punches at each other, just personifies what playoff hockey is and what people are willing to do.
So true.
And one thing that I noticed in this game, and they brought it up on the broadcast, and I know because I was on a Darren Radish shot on goal and a point parlay. If you see them on the power play now, you see that top forward, he's really cheating to take away that Darren Radish absolute bomb from the top, which is opening up that bumper spot. And if they give Hagel all the power play opportunities, Gonsalves was in there, Cirelli was in there. Don't get cute with it, Cooper. Hagel's your bumper
Hagel's
guy.
your guy. Hagel's your guy.
He's looked amazing, and that's your bumper guy. So look for Hagel to get a little more space maybe in the power plays. And the way this series is going, there could be a lot more power plays. What stand out to you so far through 2 games as we head back to the Bell Center here?
I think what stands out is how, evenly matched these two teams are, right? I mean, I think the difference in game 1 was power play, right? I mean, Montreal's power play was a difference in the game. 3 for 5, 3 Slafkovsky goals. I mean, Montreal's not generating much 5-on-5. I mean, they are generating. They're just not producing much 5-on-5. The only, 5-on-5 goals they have are from their fourth line, right? And 2 from Josh Anderson. So, I think what stands out is these two teams absolutely hate each other. I mean, there's 4 games over the last 2 months that you've seen of these teams, and there's clearly some bad blood between the two. I think 5-on-5, they're pretty, depth-wise, they're pretty evenly matched. I think goaltending, both goalies are, playing at the same level.
Yep.
And, what's the difference on defense? The Radish has a goal and Hudson has a goal. So, again, 2 overtime games, very evenly matched games. And I think the score in the series best symbolizes that.
I'm not scared of a lot of people on that Tampa Bay roster. Like outside of the big names, like the depth, I don't think there's a lot of depth that can win you a game on Tampa Bay if the first line's not scoring or if
and that was Kucherov's first goal in 3 years in the playoffs.
And he looked frustrated, right?
Very.
Like he's very frustrated. But you've watched this Canadiens team. All of a sudden, now you have Demidov with Newhook and Tessier, and the Bolduc, Kapanen, and Dak line looks awful too. Like they don't look.
I think
line's slow.
I think the change you're going to see Marty St. Louis make in Game 3 is Brendan Gallagher return into the lineup.
Yes, but Demidov is getting no help anywhere on the line.
You might see Kapanen move back up to that and move Newhook on the wing. Maybe bring some speed to that line and move Tessier to a line of Bolduc. Who's the third line center? Oh, maybe Kapanen's the center. Maybe you move Evans back in the middle there. But the problem with Evans is he's been so good with that Deneau and Anderson.
That line's not changing. That's their second best line right now, by far.
But you got to do something at center. So maybe you swap Newhook and Kapanen. And you put Tessier with Demidov and Kapanen and see how that works. Or, 5-on-5, maybe you break up the top line like they did early on the season. And
on the road, you pulled the Draisaitl McDavid thing and put him on 2 lines.
You're right. And then so you go back to that line that was very successful. You go Kapanen, Demidov, and who was the third guy on that line when they were firing? It was 3 rookies, wasn't it?
Yeah, who was that? Why am I dumb?
So it was Caulfield, Suzuki, and
random Tessier or Bolduc.
Yeah. Well, okay, go do Tessier then, right? Tessier, Kapanen, and no, wait, it was Kapanen, Demidov, and Slafkovsky was the line.
That's what. Yeah, right? That's what it was. And then they made the move
Right.
after.
And so
to
you can
slap
still
a
use
stink-
that line on the PP, right? Put all those guys back on the PP, but 5-on-5 at home, maybe you go back to that line and you put a Tessier or you put a New Hook on the top line with Caulfield and Suzuki, just to try to find some 5-on-5 scoring.
I know it's tough to break that line up, especially at home when you get last change. But that move that Marty made, I believe it was right after the Olympics, and Slav came back and he wasn't doing anything, and they booted him from the Demidov lineup. Demidov just doesn't have much going on that second line, and if you can get his point, if he stays on that second line and those are his guys, the longer the series go, and he's minus 115, minus 120 for a point, his under might look pretty appetizing. Jumping over Boston 4, Buffalo 2, series tied at 1. All the people that were so excited to go to this game paid a lot of money to go see it. The Sabres haven't scored in like the first 50 minutes of both games. They're minus 140 to still win the series, which is crazy when they're on their second backup, when they're on their second goalie. Now I do trust Alex Lyon, but minus 140 for Buffalo as Boston proved that maybe they, now that it swings home, that this should at least be a coin flip.
Absolutely. Boston should be up 2-0 in this series.
Yep.
Like outside of an 8-minute span in 2 games, Boston has controlled the majority of this series. So, I mean, maybe it's a good thing for Buffalo to get on the road because that city has just been so buzzing as of late through the first 2 games, and maybe that's carried over into the players where they just have so much built up emotion where you get on the road and you can just focus on playing hockey, right? You don't have to focus on what the city is doing and how the city is feeling, and tickets for, people that you want to get tickets for, and trying to put on a show for the home crowd that's just, losing its mind that playoff hockey's back in Buffalo. Maybe getting on the road is something that'll just calm this team down.
It is interesting to say, like, 2 teams that I thought were super deep, and I don't mean like loaded with talent, just deep with average talent across 3 lines, Buffalo and Pittsburgh. And right now it looks like maybe having a bunch of B lines isn't as beneficial to having an A, a B, and some C lines, if you know what I mean.
You mean the way Boston is built?
Exactly, like how Boston's built, how Montreal's built, how Tampa Bay's built, right? Like maybe
Tampa Bay has
in the middle 6.
Tampa Bay and Montreal have like elite number 1 lines.
That's what I'm saying, and the depth really falls off, kind of, right? And then we get, like, obviously the Anderson line has a role now, but outside of that, like the Quinn McLeod line, like, okay, good during the regular season, not sure if they can turn it up. Norris and Doan, like, these are guys with giant question marks coming into the series. And then the Bruins just I forget who you had on your show this morning on TSN, just saying the Bruins aren't gonna not play their hockey. You know what I mean? Like, they're a team that knows their DNA and they're gonna stick to it, and you're not gonna get them off their game.
Yeah, and think about the players that they've cycled through that organization that still come in and play the same way.
100%. It's a system above the player always when it comes to games 83 and up. And I'm not sure if Buffalo has that, despite how, despite how great they are at defense. I mean, look what we saw. That goal versus UPL can't happen.
Yeah, I mean, and again, like, those goals happen. It's the timing of those goals that could cripple you.
Yeah, agreed.
Right? Like, you're in a 1-0 game.
And your offense can't score.
Your offense can't score. You're playing against a hot goaltender. The second goal of that game, or the next goal of that game, is so crucial. And then when a goal like that goes in, it's like, it's just deflating. Now you go to the bench and you're like, oh man, you're staring up the clock. It's like 2-0 now. Like, we're having a hard time scoring 1.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Boston should be up 2-0, but 1-1 going back home. I do think Buffalo minus 140 is a little silly here. Utah 3, Vegas 2. Series goes back to Utah. I'll be honest, this is not a series that I've sat down and watched coast to coast just because of the time. Is the Vegas time zone the same as the Utah time zone?
Well, Utah is mountain time, I believe.
Okay, so maybe we get it an hour early.
Yeah, I think so. Here, let me check.
Yeah, all right, but we saw Vegas load up the top lines. Carter Hart's been okay. I believe this is their first, like you said, their first loss in regulation under Torts. What are you expecting? What kind of zoo? I mean, Buffalo was ridiculous, guys. I mean, the rollerbladers with their boots not even done up,
The
like
hooligans, yeah.
absolute hooligans.
Utah Fridays at 9:30, so
Okay.
still doesn't say much.
All right. Yeah. Still doing the rundown here. Going to get the picks coming soon in a bit. Hit that like button as we go through. We're here every Monday to Friday during the NHL playoffs live at 10. What's your take of this series, and what should we expect in Utah, who just gets a playoff game out of nowhere? Like, how dangerous is that place going to be?
I think it's going to be exciting to see what playoff atmosphere is like in Utah, because we've never seen it before, right? I mean, the anticipation of their arrival in the NHL was great. I mean, you remember when they came in and they had, they've done renovations to the rink now, but the old rink there, and everyone in Utah was just excited that Utah has an NHL franchise. There was a buzz. There was a buzz in the air and a buzz in the building. I think this is going to be another level, man, in Utah. Like, a lot of people that have shared their opinion on Utah has all been positive. Like, great place to play, great fan base, fun atmosphere. And so I'm curious to see what playoff hockey is going to be like there. And look, I mean, Utah's hung in there with Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Right? They had a third period lead in game 1, let that go away, and they found a way to win in game 2. So
they could be up 2-0 in the series as well.
Yeah, and I've told people, I'm like Vegas is one of my picks to win the Stanley Cup because I'm buying the John Tortorella bump. I just think that's the injection that team needed, just to, because they have a great roster, and like the way Carter Hart's playing too, like he's playing as a top goaltender in the league. But I've cautiously reminded people that, don't overlook Utah, man. This is a team that is young. It's got a whole new enthusiasm about the city and the market and playoffs, and a chip on their shoulder because nobody's really giving them any credit. Like, this is a team, if they get by Vegas, like, I wouldn't be looking past them too much. They've got a really good roster, and they've got a guy in net that was one of the best goaltenders in the league all year.
Yeah. What I do like about Utah and the blueprint that we kind of mentioned before, give me a top 2 pairing and give me another great pairing for the second line. And you can rotate. You can find someone to fill in that third winger role, right? Right. Logan Krause is up there on the top with Keller and Schmaltz. And then you got Cooley and Gunther, who are turning into a very underrated tandem. I forget who's on that wing as I look it up here. Yamamoto. Like, you could put anybody on these lines. Yamamoto with the point, right? I mean, you got Kerfoot as your number 3 center. Is that something you want? No, but like, when you can roll 2 lines pretty good and then interchange the third line, go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. Like, that's all you need. I do like it. You got Sergachev, Uyghur, and Schmidt and Marino, who are experienced guys in your top 4 back. Logan Krause. What'd I say? Lawson Krause. Sorry. Lawson always gets me. And is there a Logan? Yeah, there's a Logan. There's got to be a Logan. Yes, Logan Krause. I knew there was a Logan S. Don't you shame me in the chat there. If you're new to the show, that is not the first time I've messed up Krause. But we move on. We'll look for Utah. Hopefully get a good price on Utah. I would take that money line at -110 in game 3. Colorado 2, Kings 1. The Kings have played competitive, and they haven't trailed for like over 100 minutes in the series. But I was talking to Andy yesterday. If Colorado decides just to play shutout hockey, I don't know if anyone's going to beat them.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, especially with Wedgwood in net. I mean, how much of a surprise was that to you that they went with him over Blackwood?
It's the same situation, right, with like Forsberg and the Kings, where it's like, we're just going to ride the hot hand. But I don't know if you've heard anything come out of Scott Wedgwood's mouth, like his intermission stuff, his TNT spots, he might be one of the smartest hockey players in the league.
Yeah, he is. And this is a guy that's playing with house money. I mean, lightning in a bottle type of year for him, and he's running with it.
Nick Porto saying, once again, splitting a unit on line under points was profitable when the line stack under lost. Yes, I still think that it's probably a very profitable thing now. What we have more options if that's available to. What's that? 17-minute delay because the Avs fans going bonkers behind the LA bench.
Oh yeah, because of the glass shattering.
Oh jeez,
You didn't see that?
No. Oh yeah, because I was up at 1:30 watching hockey. And I didn't catch that.
So what happened was the fans were banging on the glass so hard behind the bench, the LA bench, that it shattered and all the glass fell on top of DJ Smith, the coach.
Yeah.
So there was a 17-minute delay just to clean up all the glass in the bench.
The Wedgwood save on that Byfield penalty shot was
unreal,
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
No, Wedgwood to the moon. I do have it written down here. Wedgwood, who I do have 150-1 Conn Smythe, now down to 20-1 for Conn Smythe, if you're wondering. How about that? We can spend that closing line value all around town if you didn't know. Pittsburgh at Philly.
There it is.
We're going to Philly. -115.
Smith, he's going to need a shot.
What do we got there?
The glass breaking. Right there. See it? Well, there it is. Oh.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That piece right there.
That's a big piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a long delay. What's 0-0 here in a second? Okay, it wasn't like wasn't that a crazy?
Is my feed fuzzy?
People are complaining fuzzy the whole time. People say you're on dial-up.
Do you want me to like log out and log back in?
Sure.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Boom! Solo shot. Let's go. Good thing I don't have any weird things in the background. There we go. Philadelphia here. The plays I got, because everything's changed. Game 2, guess what we got? We got Philadelphia. We got Pittsburgh team total under 2.5 at +165. That has moved to +115. That is past the buy point. We are going to go Mitchkov Cates under 0.5 points, +110. I don't even know if Mitchkov even gets in the lineup today. He's been brutal, and it's maybe not a surprise that playoff hockey isn't his forte. I'll take him and Cates on the pair. I believe Barkey's the other guy on that line, but things could change. Oh, look at that guy in 4K. Mitchkov +110. Cates, no points there. And then going to go Dvorak for a point, -105. Not getting greedy on the road when they don't have the last change. Just -105. Dvorak, I believe, played the most minutes of all forwards again last game. I have no idea why Pittsburgh has not played Justin Brazeau in this series. He's 6'6". He's a behemoth. It's a Philly game. Like, he's the matchup. And now Dan Muse, who looks like a Wii character. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite tweets the other day. Did you see it? Said, I played this guy in Wii Golf.
Like Nintendo Wii?
Yeah, it just looks like one of the avatars in Wii.
Jeez.
Yeah, I played this guy in Wii Golf. Philly at home. Yes, Philly is at home. What did I put? I put it the other way? No, I know. I'm pretty good at that. No, I know. Pittsburgh at Philly. Philly -115. Away from the Pittsburgh team total under. There's a few ways to fade, but there has to be some line changes coming. Do I want to fade Crosby, who struggled to find the score sheet over his last 4 games? I think it's +185 not to get a point. Maybe leaning there, but I do want to see what the lines are before I do anything. Dvorak, Konechny, Martone, that line has been incredible. Dvorak and Konechny, I think we got it +200 last game. That's down to +160. Why I'm staying away from it. Mitchkov played just 9 minutes last game. These are very important things when we have point props up and you do have access to unders. That's a good look. Where is Brazier? I don't understand. 4 goals, 7 games versus the Flyers. He has to find his way back in.
Well, considering they can't score, yeah.
Something has to change. Has this been the biggest one-sided series so far?
I wouldn't say. I think to me it's been the most surprising series so far. Like, and I wouldn't say it's one-sided because Vladar has played really good. Like, he's the reason why Pittsburgh can't score. It's not like Pittsburgh is completely laying an egg. At least not what from the games that I've watched. But it's just surprising to me that Philly went into Pittsburgh and left there winning both games. And on top of that, it's Porter Martone that's been leading the way for the Flyers.
Crazy.
Yep. That's what I'm most surprised in.
I'm trying to find, someone said, find me that tweet. I was trying to find it. I'm going to send it to producer Mick now, the Dan Muse one. But wait for some line changes. Something has to change in Pittsburgh. I don't know, like if we see a goalie change. We've already seen one goalie change. I had the over-under number sitting at 6.5 in the first round. But something will change in Pittsburgh. And the problem is, when we're talking about this team has great depth up and down, is it really great depth, or they just have average scoring up and down that lineup? We'll see, because Chinnikov also isn't a guy, much like the Michkov situation, where he's starting to drive play in the playoffs. Carlo's fading away. Yep, his bits are gone.
I'm gone. And Fuzzy again?
Fuzzy.
Dude,
so there's a question. How high
clear.
is Martone's ceiling? From Bobby Newport in the chat.
It's crystal clear on my end.
Sid, 3+ shots plus money from Rich and Van City. Question from Bobby says, how high is Martone's ceiling, Carter? Carter. I can't even say your name. I can't even get your name right. Logan Krause, Carter Colaiacovo.
Yeah.
Martone.
I mean, man, this guy he's what, a 10 or 9 game point streak right now since he's entered the NHL. How high is his ceiling? Well, if he keeps this up, it's pretty high.
I know, and he's playing on the best line. Sorry, I did there. Sent it to you, producer Mick. There's the tweet. The thing I also like is that Owen Tippett line. I was looking for something on that Owen Tippett line, but I did kind of stay away from it. I really liked Owen Tippett, but I think I'm just sold more on what he did shorthanded on that play, which might have been my favorite play of the playoffs by far. Beats Skinner to the puck on the dump in, causes both defenders. There it is. Zoom in there. There's the funniest tweet I've seen so far. I used to play this guy in Wii Tennis.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's gonna be engraved in my mind forever now.
Yeah, can't get rid of it. Dallas and Minnesota here. The big news, we'll get at the plays here. Dallas money line plus 110. Brock Star 3+ shots on goal plus 140. The biggest news, and that was, I think it goes back to, I believe it was Tyler Myers' chicken wing elbow to start off game 1 to Matt Zuccarello's jaw. And now Zuccarello's out. He had 3 assists in that game. He's the motor behind getting Kaprizov going. All of a sudden, you got Kaprizov playing with Tarasenko and Ryan Hartman, which isn't really a great first line, let's be honest. And then Trent's face got exploded by Blackwell. That was
what a hit that was.
That was a hit.
Yeah.
They're losing guys here. And I don't know, the Marcus Foligno comments, you tell me if Marcus Foligno saying they're looking to play 5-on-4, that's their game. They can't hang with us 5-on-5. So we got to just be smarter, and myself included. This is a guy who took 4 minutes in penalties that game. Another dumb one with Harley dragging him to the ice in the last series they played back in 2023. He had 35 minutes in penalties in that 4-2 series loss. They basically played 50% expected goal percentage of 5-on-5 in game 2. Is that just frustration from Foligno? And is he also giving maybe Dallas here a little bit of bulletin board material?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much. I was always told in playoffs that less is more when you share with the media, because you almost want to feel like you want to make the other team feel good about themselves more than you want to make yourself feel bad about yourself. Just keep pumping their tires so they keep feeling good about themselves. And maybe that, keeps them a little bit less engaged. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to take a comment like that and say, oh, bulletin board material. I don't think many guys worry about what other guys are saying because everything gets settled on the ice.
Does Marcus Foligno have the right to say that?
Yeah, I think he does. I mean, I think Marcus Foligno, because of the role he plays on that team, because of the leader he is within that group, a lot of what he says has the respect of his teammates because he goes out and plays the game the hard way. And normally guys like that carry more cachet with the group.
Jesper Wallstedt's been playing great in the series so far, outplaying Jake Ottinger, but the series is 1-1. I'll take the plus money Dallas side here with the injuries on Minnesota. Then all of a sudden you're looking at a Minnesota team that has Tarasenko, Marcus Johansson, and Ryan Hartman in their top 6, which isn't fantastic. But one thing that has been impressive has been the play of Brock Faber, over 2.5 shots on goal. He is the benefactor of playing with Quinn Hughes, who I know we love Lane Hudson, but I don't think Lane's play is at that level of Quinn Hughes, who can just has the puck on his stick a little longer than Lane Hudson does, slows things down a little more than Lane does. And I think Brock Faber's benefiting. He had 2 goals in the last game. Has Quinn Hughes maybe been the best defenseman you've seen in the playoffs so far?
I haven't really watched much of their games, so I can't comment on what level he's playing at. But of the guys that I've watched so far, and probably because I've watched a lot of it, Lane Hudson has been, probably the best defenseman I watched. I think Jacob Slavin in Carolina has been really good as well too. That's pretty much it.
So we go 3 shots here with Faber, 26 minutes. Everything kind of goes there. 9 shots on goal so far in the series. 18 shot attempts, which is second on the team next to Matt Boldy. He's number 5 in all defensemen right now in the playoffs in shot attempts per 60. That's where we go with that play. Was going to add the point, but didn't get too greasy. But the point at plus 140 as well also looked appetizing. Anaheim and Edmonton. I have to turn back the clock 25 years to stay up for this game. Colson and Kapanen, though, are playing 18 minutes a game with Leon, as they should. And we're getting a 325 stack price on these guys.
Just for points?
Just for the 2 of them.
Wow.
Versus Anaheim.
That seems like an unbelievable play. Because you're going to get your chances against Anaheim.
I know. This is a game that also has a total of 6.5 minus 130 to the over. On the other side, I was going to go Leo Carlson over 3.5 shots on goal plus 130. That is a big number. 4+ is a lot. He had an incredible shooting game in game 1. 14 shot attempts. 10 hit the net. Leads all skaters in the playoffs right now. Shot attempts per 60, shots on goal per 60. But Kapanen, I think Kapanen had 8 shots on goal last game. His shot on goal market, 1.5 minus 120 to the over. Julie says they were 525 last game. Yeah. Wow. So this is where I am with that. I got beat up yesterday by being a donkey and getting too cute. Krebs assist. Guess what? He scored. Good job, Josh. Logan Cooley assist.
That always happens.
Logan Cooley assist, cleaned one up in front of the net. Yeah, he scored 2. Just couldn't get the break there, bud. And I needed that Slavkovsky point for a stack. Didn't get it, sadly. Mike V in the chat says Penguins can't score. They look slow and old. Flyers own Pittsburgh at home. Penguins cooked. New bet punishment. Josh has to eat a BLT with smoked penguin meat. I don't know if I got smoked penguin meat down at the local deli. What you can't get me to eat is that, do you know what that Pittsburgh sandwich is?
No.
Like sauerkraut and like a hamburger bun on like not toast, like just bread.
Doesn't sound too exciting.
I know. It's like a steel mill food that they ate when they didn't have a lot of money back in the day. But, I got it the last time I was in Pittsburgh. It was no good. So we got 3 games. Let's go. Last Dumb and Dumber quote from you. I'll give you a couple seconds to think about it. We got it at the top. Big gulps is good.
No, so you're telling me there's a chance.
Oh, so you're telling me there's a chance. So which team in the playoffs that's being outplayed right now has you're telling me there's a chance?
I think Ottawa. And I wouldn't even say Ottawa's being outplayed. They just been on the wrong end of the result in 2 straight games.
I agree. So there you go, Ottawa. Carlo Colaiacovo. Carter Colaiacovo telling you there's a chance. All right, but that's it. Big show today. Does Slafkovsky get anything for getting knocked out? I didn't bet it. No. Hey, give the kid some credit for throwing some punches, though. Whether or not he took one to the chin, it looked pretty good. It was always Kerfoot. Eddie Francis finally comes from the top ropes, laughing.
There he is. There he is. Yeah.
He says, "Who on Utah would you bet under?" I'm like, "Oh, Yamamoto. He's on the second line." He's like, "Alex Kerfoot." Yeah. It was always Alex Kerfoot, who played 16 minutes, but that's about as much as you'll see. Look for him to hit the under as well in Game 3 in Utah. Josh Ingles, Carlo Colaiacovo, Puck Props presented by Bet99. Back here again tomorrow, 10 a.m. More round 1 playoff action coming your way. Appreciate it. Hit that like button on your way out. We'll see you tomorrow.
Ciao.
Yeah, man. Yo,